before the traffic, before the towers of glass and steel, before the name Lagos ever crossed a European tongue, there was Iko, a name whispered by fishermen to the tides and guarded by kings who understood one dangerous truth: whoever controls the lagoon controls the future. Here is the part of Lagos history many people never hear. Long before crowns and coral beads, the earliest settlers of what we now call Lagos were Awori Yoruba hunters and fishermen, led by a figure remembered as Olafin Ogunfunminayer. They settled along the lagoon because it offered something rare: protection, food, and access. Water was their shield, the lagoon was their highway. This settlement was called Oko, a quiet, working community. No empire. No palace. Just survival. But Oko sat on a strategic prize, a lagoon that connected inland Yoruba lands to the open Atlantic. That location would soon attract a much larger power. From the east rose the Benin Empire, one of the most sophisticated kingdoms in pre-colonial Africa. Benin did not expand randomly, it expanded strategically. And when Benin scouts saw Oko, they saw a future port, a military outpost, and a trade gateway. Benin sent a nobleman named Ashipa to govern the settlement. This is the shocking truth: the Obaship of Lagos did not begin as a purely Yoruba throne. It was installed and legitimized by the Oba of Benin. Ashipa was crowned the first Oba of Lagos, ruling on behalf of Benin. The Oba of Benin gifted him symbols of authority: coral beads, a sword, and royal customs that Lagos kings still observe today. That is why even now the Oba of Lagos is traditionally called Oba of Iko, not Oba of Lagos. The Benin people renamed the settlement Iko, believed to come from a Benin word meaning cassava farm or military camp. To Benin, Iko was not just land, it was an outpost. To the Awori, Iko was home. To Ashipa, Iko was destiny. And from that tension between ownership and power, Lagos was born. Over generations, Lagos kings grew powerful. Though they maintained ritual ties to Benin, they began to rule independently, blending Yoruba traditions with Benin royal systems. By the time Oba Adu, often remembered as one of the most influential early Obas, ruled Iko, the city had transformed into a true kingdom. Trade flourished. Diplomacy expanded. Naval strength increased. Iko was no longer a village or an outpost. It was becoming a city-state with ambition. When Portuguese ships arrived in the 15th century, they didn't find a helpless fishing town. They met a kingdom that understood negotiation, power, and profit. They called it Lagos, after a port city in Portugal. But the people never stopped calling it Iko. Here's the exclusive truth hidden in plain sight. Lagos has always been ruled by strategy, not size. From Awori settlers choosing the lagoon, to Benin installing a king, to Obas mastering trade before colonization, Lagos did not grow by accident. It grew by design. And the Oba of Lagos? He is not just a traditional ruler. He is the living echo of a political experiment that began over 500 years ago. But here is the question history books often avoid. If the Obaship of Lagos was born under Benin authority, if colonial powers later reshaped the throne, and if modern Lagos now stands as Africa's most powerful city, who truly owns Iko today, the crown, the people, or the spirit of the lagoon itself? Because the story of Lagos did not end with the Oba. It is still being written, every single day. To watch the full video, click the link on our bio, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting hidden historical fact.